What's up? It's your favorite sorcerer. When I was 13 years old, I was stepped into the esoteric world fully. While other children played, I studied. I devoured ancient texts, apprenticed under real magicians, and awakened to a truth most people will never glimpse. Human beings are trapped inside a spiritual control system, and most people can sense it. They feel drained, distracted, overwhelmed, but they don't see the design. I call it the spirit prism matrix. It's a structure of belief, fears, governments, financial systems, religions, manipulated history, fake science, and the suppression of esoteric knowledge and other things as well. Not physical bars, but emotional and mental patterns that keep people predictable and controllable. And for 27 years, I have walked the hidden path. What began as curiosity and training became destiny. Not by accident, not by fantasy, but because I earned it. I became the person I wished had existed when I was 13 years old. And now, I speak not as a student of magic, but as a master of this art. People think mastery means force, but it doesn't. It means understanding natural laws first and foremost. The first law, everything begins in the mind. It's a mental universe. Two people live the same moment. One feels crushed and the other sees opportunity. Same world, different reality. Why? Because reality isn't happening to you. Reality is happening through you. Once you grasp that, you stop reacting and you begin directing. The second law is as within, so without. I'm sure you heard that before. Your outer world mirrors your inner state. Change your internal interpretation and the external situation will rearrange itself. People try to manipulate the outside. They argue, they push, they force, instead of taking command of their inner stance, their inner state. The moment you shift your internal position, the outer world cannot stay the same. And the third law, everything vibrates. It's frequency. Your emotional state is not random. Energy moves. Momentum builds. See, when you feel stuck, you're not stuck. You're simply at a slow vibration. Slow vibrations manifest as confusion, as fear, paralysis, overthinking, procrastination. Higher vibration manifests as clarity, movement, opportunity. Increase the rate and the state will change. Just as a hummingbird becomes invisible mid-flight, fast inner motion reveals new possibilities. The fourth law, polarity. See, everything exists on a spectrum. Confidence and fear are not opposites. They are the same experience at different intensities. People fail because they try to leap from one extreme to the other. Real magic is subtle. Shift by 1 degree. One small move changes the entire path. Compound effect. You don't go from powerless to powerful. You go from powerless to slightly less powerful. And that degree begins a chain reaction. The fifth law, rhythm. See, this is where liberation begins. Life moves like a pendulum. Energy rises and it falls. Motivation expands and contracts. Attention turns outward and then retreats. Most people suffer because they don't recognize the swing. When they feel low, when they have low energy, they panic. And when things go well, they cling. They hope it continues. Now, both reactions feed the spirit prism matrix because they're unnatural. The sorcerers who built this control system understand rhythm perfectly. And this is how they harvest human attention and energy, of course. But when you recognize the swing, you stop being thrown. Find your own rhythm. Observe your life. You step outside of the pendulum and become the still point in the center. And at that moment, nothing controls you. The sixth law, cause and effect. Every result has a cause. There is no luck, there's no fate, there's only structure, cause and effect. Mastery is simply this. Choose the cause, claim the cause, and the effect must follow. People wait for results. Masters generate causes. And that is the only difference. The seventh law, gender. Everything contains active and receptive forces. Push and allow. Command and listen. Act and observe. When these forces become balanced, actions become effortless. Now you understand what you have to apply in your mind to begin practicing real magic. This is subtle but profound. See, these laws are not theories, they are mechanics. The mechanics that you need to use. When you begin to see them operating, your relationship to life will change. You will stop reacting and you start directing. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop fighting the movements of the pendulum and you learn to stand in the center and allow everything to revolve around you and come to you naturally. You become the unmoving point, the axis, if you will, the center of gravity. That is where real magic is, you see? It's not about browbeating or overpowering reality. You align yourself with the laws that already rule this universe, and this connects you to a force that runs through the universe and gives you command over all the elements, all the spirits, esoteric currents, and demonic beasts that roam this earth. You will command them. See, when I was 13 years old, I was shown this path. At now, 41 years old, I walk it fully, of course. I'm Aurelius Sopax. My destiny is to carry the light through the darkness of the spirit prism matrix and to show you that there is always a way out. And as you listen to me, you start to feel the truth of what I'm saying. Not because I ask you to believe it, but because deep down, you already do. Most people wander through life disconnected from the field of power that shapes desire and destiny. They chase outcomes, they chase people, chase wealth, never realizing that both attraction and abundance are not pursuits, but frequencies. For those who are ready to tune their field, I have opened 2 portals. The first is called Seduction Alchemy Lab. Here, we go deep into the ancient science of psychic seduction, the mastery of resonance, polarity, and emotional transmutation. You'll learn how to shape your energy so that presence itself becomes communication. How to speak to the unconscious without words. This is not charm. This is architecture of the unseen. The second portal is Money Magic Masters. This is where we study the alchemy of prosperity, how energy precedes every sale, every opportunity, every influx of wealth. You'll learn to enter the gold current, to create order in your field so that money, allies, and influence reorganize themselves around your vibration. Both groups are living laboratories, real-time training for those who understand that influence and income are simply 2 faces of the same coin, the same current. If you can command energy, you can command outcome. It's simple as that. And if you can master emotion, you can master exchange. Simple. 2 portals, 2 frequencies, 1 current. The Grail of the Serpent. Enter whichever calls you most, or walk both paths and become the magician who moves both hearts and markets with the same effortless will. The link to join those groups is in the description under this video.